The National Black College Alumni Hall of Fame is sponsoring a lecture series at historically black colleges and universities across the nation. That tour made a stop in our backyard, and our Ray Baker was there. He joins us right now. Sounds pretty interesting from what you were telling me earlier.
Absolutely. It was very interesting, Denise, and now I'm so happy to tell you about it. Prominent members from the plethora of fields converged on Bowie State University's campus to talk to the students there about aspiring for greatness and leadership. Celebrities from politics, communications, entertainment, and business discussed with the young people ideas and strategies to prepare them for the future. The goal of the panel was to equip and empower the Bulldogs there in attendance to overcome the economic, social, and political challenges of today as they become leaders for tomorrow.
I think this initiative is really about how do we change the narrative, how do we change the conversation. The conversations by themselves don't mean anything. The conversations only matter if people who are here use them later to do something with them. So if every one of these students goes and does nothing different than they did before they came in here, then all of us have wasted our time. If 2 students leave out of here and do something different, then it was worth us coming.
I think it's important that as we talk to young people about leadership, that you can impact the community in so many different ways. I believe that you can make economic impact on the community, you can make a spiritual impact on the community, and you can go out and be a change agent in the community. And I want to make sure that the students understood that you could take those 3 different approaches and still get to the same place.
Yeah, I will keep the crown. You know, once a queen, always a queen. I'll take that. But again, even in that was a dare. And it was about, I was reading, because I believe you should always keep growing, and it said, when opportunities come up, take them. And so opportunity came up and I took it, and I was competing against myself. And so the queen is just another example of taking advantage of opportunities that you have. And that's why I continue to come back to colleges and give back to the students.
Well, as I said during the panel portion, courage is not the absence of fear, but the presence of action while you're afraid. Students have to keep in mind that when things are happening, no matter how afraid they are, they have to still act. A decision has to be made, something has to be rendered, something has to be done. And you are that leader, so you are that person to do that action. You have to make that decision. You have to do something even though you're afraid.
Now, the students had tons of questions for the panelists, and nearly all of the panelists sat with the future leaders after the program to discuss solutions to some of today's biggest issues.
Right, a lot of famous faces there. You said they had a lot of questions. What was the overall advice for the aspiring leaders there at the college?
So one of the most interesting questions quickly was that, how do you respond to people who don't seem to want to be led if you're going to be an aspiring leader? And many of the celebrities in attendance said Fannie Lou Hamer and Dr. King weren't always liked as much as we remember them here today. You have to do the work to help the people that don't even know they're being helped.
Wow, so just push on regardless. And then you also mentioned something about negativity, handling it in the course of, trying to be a leader.
So that's a great question. One of the things the young people were worried about is, what if there's negativity in your area? Even though you're positive, how do you deal with that? And so the idea of perseverance, pushing on despite, was the theme of the conversation, whether you're talking business, politics, or even if you're running for Miss America.
Sounds good. Sounds like we could have all benefited from that.
Definitely.
Thank you, Ray.